Hi everybody, and I'm come here again, and I'm very happy you come here again. And this lesson is learning about a defined defined is AMD style JS mode. It's loading it. Define the must. Okay. In the last lesson, we learning the require. It's loading JS. And in this lesson, remember we know in last lesson to study to the step 3 require. And require the last lesson importance we know the dips in your JS files and callback. And then this lesson we also to study about the new default. It's how deepers and callback. It's same. It's very same, but it's how something is different. But a lot of things the same. You could try read more English word to the record.org. This website to more text. I can't read very quickly. But this file is from, you need to know the AMD style. It's an important thing in this lesson. Why? The AMD style, the style this word maybe not is very right, but I feel it's easy for me. It's AMD 1. How to write the coder, the V, and the AMD this style is the auth is also the require.js the auth jumps back. So jumps back is build the require.js and he build the AMD style. AMD style is maybe some other language, some other JavaScript tools it use it. So you need to study a little, because in this lesson we need to use it. But the AMD style only have one method is defined, only this one, and some the JS file if use the AMD style, he can load it. But if other don't use the AMD style, you can't open it, to run it. So in the last lesson we meeting a problem is we can't get the returned value. Why? Because the JS file don't use the AMD style. But styles is sometimes we look like it's easy. So we go to the step 4, the define. So first thing we can try change V to make the V go to next stop, and it's like here. It's 4 about to the define we can define it's right, defined, yeah, sorry. Define like this one, and check the load. Okay, it's 2. Okay, we get the fourth step, and this step is to loading AMD style JS file. This is what thing it to do. Okay, let's have a look. And the code in the last lesson, we can't to use it. For example, like this one, we to retain the good for Tom, and we get the Tom, it can't get the value. Let's have a look. Here. On the find, retain good. Sorry, something is wrong. Retain good. I feel it's okay, but we can to edit the define and this one. Good. 1, 2, 3. Let's have a look. Good. 1, 2, 3. It's okay now. So 4, we can choose another this one. Until. So until is this one. And we get the until, and until it can't get, so we try to write down define. So if you can't know very more English and feel you are so good, so easy to write down the word. I can't remember it. Because in I language I don't know, I don't use it. So I try write down this one, the defined and the function. This style is AMD style. Remember it. So he can to get it the value. Let's have a look. Unfind. Okay. Until function define the, not how the define. What? I'm so sorry, not how D. Why I write define the define. Sorry. It's really how define. Okay. Define. Deleted D. Okay. Until flash. Until. Okay, I'm lucky. It's okay. So it's defined, and we use define the style, we get the value. So the define, remember, it's also have two value. This come back value, maybe you don't use it, and this one. This one sometimes you also can use it, don't use it. But if you like use it, for example, we define this until file need to other JS to running. For example, the jQuery query. Oh my God, how to write down the query? If we a lot of time we use jQuery, so if you with this file use jQuery to write, you can to the jQuery is use this here, this one, this is here to if you can to use the jQuery, but remember the jQuery file you need to download or use the CDN. But if you have, for example, Tom, we have this file, and we get the Tom, the dollar is okay, but if we can use the same name as is easy to remember. So we get the Tom and we retain the Tom. Try. So the Tom to retain I am Tom. But I am Tom. But here is retain Tom. We use the until, and here we should delete the Tom. We don't use Tom. So we only to use the help until, but the until file use the need to load in the Tom. So let's have a look. Tom script Toms. The Tom is in helper float helper code, and we need to retain, for example, we to console log how to write down we can use development tools. So let's have a look. I'm Tom 1, 2, 3. I'm Tom 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this until is used we can try write down the 4, 7, 6, 4, 7, 6. Okay, remember the 5, 4, 6 number is from until, but this until this is needed the Tom. So the Tom to return some, for example, this message give the until JS, and this here is connect it. Here it get the value for these files, and here we to console.log it on the console of developer tools. So you know that. Okay, this is lesson 4. We go to the 4th step. I want to 1, 2, 3, 4. The define. No, don't have D. Define AMD style. Defined is an AMD style JS file style. If you use this here, you can get the retain the value, and you know it. And the ounce is the jump back. It's also the required JS the ounce. It's same one. So it's lesson message. Thank you for watching this lesson. Have a good day.